We're about to hit 88 miles an hour, so that means another Time Machine Tuesday is coming at you right now. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me today on another Time Machine Tuesday where we build the Back to the Future DeLorean. So in today's video, we're going to be in the last episode, we installed the driver's side, door valance, and today we're going to be doing the passenger side, and then we're going to be moving on to adding some lighting filaments around the front of the car and doing some decorative wire work on the driver's side. So let's get into the build. Here is issue 97, and if you recall in the last issue, we did the left side, so we're putting in this little door valance, and then we're covering up the screws with this little adhesive piece. So we did the left side in the last episode, and so today we're just doing the other side. Super simple. All right, so let's bring over the parts. So here's the parts pack, here's the little valance, and then here's the adhesive strip. So this is a plastic piece, and this is as well. And then we have some IP screws. So I'm just going to set these to the side here for a moment. I'm going to bring back the car. Oh my gosh, this thing is so heavy. All right, now that we have the tape removed, so we're just going to be putting, which it's probably going to be hard for you to see. I'm going to turn the car this way. And remember, we got those little blocks so that we can insert those in so that it will hold the door open for us. So this is the area that we're going to be attaching this piece. So this literally goes on just like this, and I believe I said IP screws earlier. I meant NM screws. So I'm going to turn this around to face me, and then I will show you a close-up when I am done. All right, now that is in there, and then we're just going to take this piece and we're going to stick that over the top, making sure that it is right side up. And then once we have that in, we can close the door. And I am going to go ahead and just tape that shut again because we're going to be manipulating the car and we don't want that to just fly open. Okay, so let me move this back out of the way. So that was issue 97. So moving on to issue 98. So we are going to be installing some lighting filaments to the front of the DeLorean. And that is the parts here. And here are our instructions. All right. And we're going to be working on this side. I know it's going to be a little tough to see, and I do apologize. But here are the parts. All right, so we have these two pieces of tubing here. I'm going to set those aside. We have these two junction boxes. One is stamped L, one is stamped R. We also have these little brackets. Again, one is stamped L, one is stamped R. And then lastly, we have these two little covers. And then we have some adhesive stickers. So I'm going to set all that aside. So we're going to be working on the left side to start with, and that's the driver's side. So I'm going to grab all the parts that are L and set them here. So these two parts are marked L. I'm also going to need the tubing and one of these adhesive stickers. All right, so this is going to be interesting. There was, or there is, a mod for this because what we're going to be doing is, remember, if we look on this side, we had those, we pulled those bulbs out and temporarily attached them with some tape here to the side for later use. Well, now is the later use. So basically what we're going to be doing, if you can see in this, in the instructions, is we're going to be taking this bulb and then we're going to be taking the tubing and we're going to be basically pressing it against the bulb, and then we're going to be wrapping it in tape to kind of create this sort of fiber optic effect. But as people have mentioned in other videos, this is not a very successful execution, and the lights really don't illuminate the whole tube as it goes around the car. So there is a mod available that does a better job of this, so just know that that is available. But we're going to be following just the standard vanilla instructions. So the first thing we're doing is taking off this temporary tape. All right, and then we're taking one of these adhesive stickers. First of all, I'm going to take my tubing and I'm going to, so it's exactly the same length. And the first thing I'm going to do is just line up the ends. And I'm going to take one of these stickers. All right, easier said than done. All right, here we go. So I'm going to take and I'm just going to place the end of these right there, like so, and then I'm going to take the bulb and I'm going to place it right against the tubes, and then I'm going to wrap the sticker around it. Then I'm going to take this junction box piece, and we want to turn this 90 degrees. And then we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to line that up, and we're going to put that in with some IP screws. All right, make sure those are in there good and tight. And then we're going to take a KM screw. All right, and that goes on just like that. All right, so now we want to take our tubing and we want to, and I'm really hoping that yes, there are notches and they do fit in the notches. So we basically want to wrap the tubing around the front of the vehicle to this other side and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to do that and then worry about getting them aligned. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to take this temporary tape off to expose that bulb and wire. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to line up and make sure they're not twisted. So again, I want to take and attach the sticker. And then we're going to attach the light. And then we're just going to wrap it up. We're going to take the box and the bracket. All right, perfect. We have these covers that are going to cover up that screw hole. So let's just push these little tabs on. Yeah, and those fit in tight. You won't need any glue. All right, and that is it for issue 98. Here we have issue 99. And here we're going to be putting this bracket on with some grill elements. All right, perfect. All right, so the first piece we need is this piece, and this is plastic. We want to make sure that our tubing is behind there. Make sure we get this in the right way. There are some holes to line up here. All right, I'm going to tip this up really quick. All right, so I'm simply just going to go around and try to get all of this lined up. Okay, so that is as far as I'm going to go right now. And I'm going to go ahead and get one of these side pieces on. And of course I started on the opposite side that I was supposed to, but hey, what are you going to do? So we have these little metal grill pieces which should just twist off of here. So there's one, and that's the one that we want first. And this is going to go in just like so. And we're doing AP screws on the outer screw holes and IP on the inner. So let me get the IPs going first. And actually I am going to tip this back up because it's easier to see. All right, perfect. So now let me flip this over to this side, and we will get this one lined up. Should we get that tubing up in there? And again, I'm going to flip this up so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to put this down. It's just too heavy. Alright, so I do apologize for this struggle bus episode, but this car is so big and heavy. Alright, finally got it. Alright, so then the other ones go in with the IP screws. Okay. Now we're going to do the front. Alright, so now what we want to do is take this piece and we want to put it along the front, and what we're going to do is bend. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let's get these started here first. Then we want to put two IP screws in the center. So now we want to take this edge and we want to bend it around, and then we'll secure it in the same holes as this other end. So it's sort of a 2-for-1. So that's going to go in with AP screws again. All right, and there is 2. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just going to bend that around, line that up, and again going in with some AP screws. Okay, and that is it for issue 99. So if we pull this around, and you will do a better job on the tubing. My tubing is not the greatest lining up in here, so we'll see how that works out on the final when we get it all done. But that is the lighting coil and the grill elements all put in. And that's it for issue 99. All right, now issue 100, I do not have a paper manual, so I'll be using an online version. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is attaching some wires that go around the car. And we're going to be doing that on the driver's side. So here's the parts pack. All right, so the first piece we want is this little wire piece here. And then we want to push that into this little plug. And it's going to go right in the top here. And you don't need any glue. It holds in just fine. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it right on top of that junction box. And there is a little locator. All right, perfect. There are some holes in the body, and we're just going to push the little tabs into the holes. Then we're going to take an IP screw, and we're going to screw the plug into the junction box. All right. So that is secure there. Now we have this multicolored wire, which looks very familiar. We had a lot of those inside. And there is a hole on the top of the junction box. You might be able to see it better over here. So basically, the plug and the black wire attached here, and we ran it along, and then this multicolor wire is going to attach right in there. So we're going to put that in. It might be easier with the tweezers to get that pushed in. So there's not a lot of space there. There we go, and it clips in. All right, so we're basically going to want to run this wire along the black wire, and they've given us this thin wire to kind of wrap around. So you actually might want to not put the black wire in those holes, because we do want to secure that. And then you just want to kind of snip off the extra. Now again, people have said that this is not color or visually accurate to the movie. And there is a mod where you get these little mini cable ties, which you can definitely order. I did not. I figured I'm not going for super accuracy here. I'm just going for building the model. And it wants you to do this in about 5 places. So I'm just kind of guessing here where we might attach this. Should we get all those pushed in? And then I'll do one more down here toward the bottom. Okay. So we also got this piece, and I'm looking at the instructions, and it's not asking us to do anything with this at the moment. So I'm going to set this aside. And that is it for issue 100. And that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll be doing this side with the wires. But now let's move on to the Lego portion. Okay, here is the Lego version, and if you remember from last episode, we were working on the passenger side door. So let's continue with that. We're going to be doing steps 345 to 358. Okay, that is the end of step 358, and we have this piece. It is undetermined as of yet where it will go. I'm guessing it's probably going to go either on this side, maybe in here somewhere, or maybe right here. But anyway, we will find out in the next episode. All right, so let's check in and see where we're at here. So obviously we have the Lego version. We finished the passenger door. We got the supports in, added a couple of details up here, and then we started on this piece. And then for the Partwork build, we put in the door jamb or the door valance on the passenger side. So again, like the Lego, we finished the passenger side of the door. And then we put in this front piece here, and then this wire detail on the side. So in the next episode of the Partwork build, we'll be continuing and putting the wiring in on this side. And then I imagine for the Lego build, we'll finish this and go from there. Well, my goodness, there is so much wiring in this build, decorative and practical. But we are coming to the end of this build, only a handful of more episodes. So let's get into our summary for today. So for the Partwork build, we completed 43 steps and used 16 parts. And for the Lego build, we completed 18 steps and used 43 parts. So total to date, for the scale model, we have completed 1,066 steps and used 713 parts. And for the Lego model, we have completed 635 steps and used 1,457 parts. Okay, so next week, kind of going to be more of the same. We're going to be working on the other side of the car with some more decorative wiring. So stay tuned for that. And remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment on the videos. And until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.